What up, everybody, and welcome to Baz on Blades. My name is Baz, and I talk about blades, but today we're not talking about blades. We are going to do a short video. I promise you guys it's going to be shorter than normal, and we're going to talk about some firearm ammunition. Now, in all of my pistols, my self-defense oriented pistols, I use Federal HST hollow points. It is the only thing that I use in these pistols. And the reason is, it is so consistently awesome. It has never not been awesome for me testing it, firing it into whatever media. And what brought on this video is I was thinking about doing some content for the Taurus GX4. I wanted to put some more rounds through it as we build up the round count to test it. And I thought, you know what? I've only fired a magazine of hollow points through this, so I need to shoot some more. Let's shoot it into water and see what we get out of that 3-inch barrel with my preferred 124 grain Federal HST. Now, I recently saw a video on another channel. I cannot remember what it is. If I remember, I will link it down in the comment section in the pinned comment post. And they were testing 124 grain Federal HST out of a Taurus GX4, and they were using ballistic gel, which I don't have ballistic gel. I typically just sort of redneck it a little bit, and I use water jugs and shoot into water, and then I'll use various clothing barriers for it. So this is what you will typically get with Federal HST. Again, this is 124 grain standard pressure out of a 3-inch barrel on the GX4, and you get perfect expansion. Everybody loves the way Federal HST looks. It is the postcard magazine cover Playboy bunny of hollow point ammunition, and it just looks beautiful. But it doesn't always expand perfectly. And what it does when you don't get perfect expansion is the reason that I continue to carry it. And I will show you why. Now, that was shot straight into water, no clothing barrier. But sometimes when you have a clothing barrier, you get plugging of the tip of the hollow point and you don't get good expansion. This is, in my opinion, is where Federal HST really shines. This round did not get perfect expansion. It was fired through 4 layers of heavy denim. I don't know anybody that wears 4 layers of heavy denim, even in the wintertime. But with plugging, this is still a very good performing round. I want you to take a very close look at this and imagine this hitting your body at 1,000 feet per second, penetrating your body at 1,000 feet per second. When it goes into your body and it penetrates, it is going to dump a ton of energy immediately. It's going to cause a temporary wound cavity. And what that is when it goes in, it explodes out everything around it because your body is mostly fluid and soft tissue. If you got shot in your midsection, this round is going to go in. It's going to blow everything out around it as it dumps that energy. And then the round is going to tumble through your body until it comes to a rest, or it overpenetrates and exits the other side of the entry point. So, do you want this round, regardless of whether it perfectly expanded like this round, do you want this tumbling through your body? Look at how, even though the lead did not get perfect expansion, look at how the jacket expanded. All of these little tines are nearly razor sharp. I could take this right now and with pressure, I could cut my hand open on these tines. Imagine this entering your body and tumbling through your body like this. The amount of damage that it would do. Okay, now we're not talking about like getting cut with a knife, with a clean cut, guys. This is a shredding sort of damage. It is just points and edges pointing everywhere. That is why I choose Federal HST. Even when you do not get that picture perfect expansion, it still is capable of doing an insane amount of damage. I've got a pretty good imagination, but I've never been shot before. And I can tell you right now, I don't want this anywhere inside my body, even for 1 second. Okay? I don't want this inside my body at all. And I don't know anybody that would ever look at this and go, well, that didn't expand perfectly, but whatever. You know, you'd have to be insane to say that. That is extremely, extremely devastatingly dangerous looking to me. And it retained all of its weight, guys. You don't have the jacket separation. This went in, expanded all that energy in a temporary wound cavity, and then it tumbled through. I just could not imagine being shot with that. Now, I know you're thinking to yourself, well, Baz on Blades, that's just 9mm, and that's out of a 3-inch barrel. What else do you have for us? Well, I also use it in my 357. This is 125 grain, I think, is what the 38 special round is. This is a plus P round. This was also fired into water, but it did use a clothing barrier of 2 layers of denim and 1 layer of fleece. And in this instance, it did not plug it, and that's not something you know whether it's going to do from round to round when you're firing through a clothing barrier. It didn't expand perfectly. You can see it's sort of off-centered expansion, but you've still got these ultra sharp tines. You've got an increase in the diameter. A ton of energy was dumped in there. 38 special plus P, and I can tell you right now, out of my 4-inch Taurus 66, which is a bigger framed revolver, this is a pussycat round to shoot. You could, a 9-year-old child could shoot this round out of that revolver. It's no big deal at all. And I got to tell you right now, I don't want to be shot with that any more than I would the 9mm round. I also use HST in my 45 ACP, and it makes for a beautiful round, that big old 45. And I didn't pull any perfectly expanded rounds out. I wanted to show you what it looks like when it goes through a hard barrier. Now, if you're inside your home and you have a home invasion, somebody breaks in, they're going to try to hurt you, hurt your family, whatever, you have to use your firearm. Sometimes you may have to shoot through an interior wall. On the inside of your interior wall are wood studs. 2x4s or something approximating a 2x4 wood stud. So what I did is I went out and I found a small green tree that was about 4 or 5 inches diameter, and I put multiple rounds of 45 ACP into it because my 45 is what I use for home defense. It's got a 5-inch barrel. I can put a lot on it. I know that firearm. I know the round in it. And, you know, if I'm woke up in the middle of the night, startled, whatever, I know that's my go-to. Now, through a hard barrier, let's see what HST is capable of. This is 230 grain, standard pressure, Federal HST, through a hard barrier. No perfect expansion, but look at this. Imagine this tumbling through your body. Heavy weight retention on this. Look at that. Look at that. I don't want that inside my body. Let's pull another round out here. Look at that. Again, no perfect expansion, but Look at this. You don't want that going through your body. Here's another round. All right. Consistency is what we're looking for. Consistency and the ability to do damage that will stop an aggressor, an attacker, a bad guy that is trying to do you or maybe somebody in your family some harm. Okay. And then the last round of that, a little bit better expansion on it. But look at this. This is like I don't even know what that's like, guys. That's scary looking. That's like somebody shot a lead octopus through you or something. I don't know. Even when you don't get that perfect, beautiful textbook, magazine cover, Playboy bunny looking expansion, look at this. It is still around. You do not want to be shot with. And that is why I choose Federal HST for my carry round. I know even when it doesn't get that picture perfect expansion, it is still going to do the job that I need it to. Look at all of those rounds. Okay, those rounds, you do not want to be shot with any of those. Not one of them. That's why I choose Federal HST. The only issue I have with that ammo is it's expensive, just like any of the premium hollow points out there, especially now, even coming out of the pandemic panic, ammo is still expensive. FMJ, not so bad anymore, but the premium hollow point stuff is still super expensive. Like I say, I've been using this HST for years, for I don't even know how many years, at least 10 or 12 years exclusively. I don't buy anything else. When I get performance like this out of a round, I don't see any reason to even try anything else. There's nothing else out there that does any better than that. Not that I've seen. There's plenty of good rounds out there, but they're not any better than this. Now, again, the 9mm that I shot today was out of a 3-inch barrel Taurus GX4. 3 inches is not that much barrel length, and a lot of people will compensate for that by using a plus P round. I'm not super big on using plus P rounds. I don't have to worry about a lot of barrier penetration. In my house, particularly living in an old mobile home, there's barely any real wood in any of the walls around here. It's paneling, empty space. There's some 2x2s in there, maybe. I'm not going to shoot at anybody while they're in a car. I'm just going to get out of the way of the car. And I don't see, personally, for me, now you may think differently, and that's fine. Nobody's right or wrong in this as far as I'm concerned. I don't see the need for plus P. Now, if you're going to get an average of 1,010 feet per second out of this round, out of a short barrel, of course, it is very much capable of perfect expansion. Even when you don't get perfect expansion, you're still going to get a very devastating round on your target. Federal HST. I don't know that there's anything out there that is ever going to tear me away from it. It's been a love affair for the ages as far as I'm concerned. So, there you go. That's why I like Federal HST. And that's some more rounds through the Taurus GX4. I think we're up to about 170 rounds right now. I've not had any hiccups at all. This thing is running perfectly, and I still loving that trigger, guys. Still loving that trigger, and I'm shooting it better and better. Once I figured out how the sights are regulated on this, it's pretty doggone easy to put rounds on target. And you know what? That's what matters in the end. It doesn't so much matter what your round is. It matters that you put it on target. So you've got to get out there and shoot. Don't leave your gun sitting in the sock drawer year after year. Take that thing out and shoot it. The challenge of shooting, that challenge is a joy. When I first shot this pistol and I saw that I was off of my point of aim, then I had a challenge. I had to acclimate myself to that pistol, and it was very enjoyable. It was very enjoyable. All right, guys, Federal HST, and that's my recommendation for a carry round. You have seen why, and I don't think anybody could argue with that. As always, thank you very much for taking the time to watch one of my videos. God bless all of you, and we will talk to you again.